Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. We're now at lesson 6. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and comment if you haven't, if there's any questions you've got. And also if you hit the bell button, turn it on to all, so that obviously every time I'm uploading an episode, you'll be able to get into that episode straight away, or any news I'm uploading, etc. Thank you very much though. We're up to 36 followers now, subscribers. Let's try and get to 200 this week. Help us get it out there. This is a free course, and yeah, I'm here to help. I'm not charging you anything. Yeah, so I hope you're enjoying. So let's get into it. Lesson 6. What is a blockchain? So let's get right in. So there's 4 main types of blockchains. So you got a public blockchain, a private blockchain, a hybrid blockchain, and a consortium blockchain. So what's a public blockchain? Well, a public blockchain, so this is a blockchain for people, by people, and of the people. Anyone can have access with an internet connection, and can become like an unauthorized node basically on the system. And it's totally open. Everyone can see every single transaction, right back to when the blockchain began. Private blockchain will be used for things like banks. Things like that want a security level on there, where they'll probably have certain members that have access to that. It'll be like password encrypted. So obviously, unlike public blockchains, there is a person who is in charge here. Like I said, after important things, will be able to read, write, and obviously decide who gains access, etc. A consortium is kind of like a semi-decentralized blockchain, where the network is managed by more than one individual or organization. And then you've got a hybrid blockchain, which is something that works by generating the hashed data blocks using the private blockchain network. This then followed sorting the data in the public blockchain without compromising data privacy. So it's kind of like a mix between all of them, really. So that's the 4 main types of blockchain that you can build upon as the framework. So let's get on to the protocols now. So what's the protocol? So obviously the protocol is the blockchain, but the protocol then is, so obviously, like, again, so I got here just to show you. So we got, let me get my pen out, it'll be easier. So for example, we got Bitcoin as a blockchain, Ethereum as a blockchain, and then Filecoin as a blockchain. I use 3 for example. And then below that then, so Bitcoin is the blockchain, for example, like we said in previous videos, so that'll be the big B. And then below that then is the cryptocurrency Bitcoin, which is the small b. And then you've got ETH on the Ethereum blockchain, and on the Filecoin blockchain you got file. And then underneath this blockchain they'll use something called consensus. So in Bitcoin's case, it uses something called proof of work, POW. So what proof of work is just basically every 10 minutes, like we discussed in previous videos, the miners are validating the transactions, and there's a reward every 10 minutes, and they're using something called proof of work. So basically the computers are using energy to solve the mathematical problem. The computer that solves the mathematical problem first, it gets the Bitcoin. After that, it resets, and then there's another 10 minutes. Ethereum currently uses proof of work as well, but it's been trying to move over to proof of stake now for about 4 or 5 years. They're not quite there yet. They've done a few things. We've got the triple halving coming up, but Ethereum is aiming to move to proof of stake, but they keep moving the goalposts. So obviously I got proof of work at the moment, but they are moving to proof of stake. And then you've got Filecoin, which uses something totally different again, which is proof of storage, which is just basically like where you give up your cloud storage space basically to the network. Yeah. And then below Ethereum here, you'll see I've got Polygon. So basically, Ethereum was kind of designed to be, Bitcoin was the gold of the digital world, and then Ethereum was going to be kind of like Bitcoin's digital oil. So think of Ethereum like the hardware, like any blockchain is like the hardware, and then you've got applications below which are like the software. So what a lot of projects are doing, they're building on Ethereum. So think about it like Ethereum is the iPhone, is the actual network, and then Polygon below is a currency which is ERC20, which is the token standard, which is built on top of Ethereum. So it's an application on top of Ethereum, but it's also kind of like its own blockchain, but it's built on, so it's kind of like a layer 2 blockchain. So what we're looking at here, the protocol is the layer 1 blockchain, the very base of the blockchain. And then you'll see here then on Bitcoin, then I've gone down here to show you basically what happens is if someone doesn't agree with the Bitcoin blockchain, which has happened in the past, for example, you'll see here we got soft fork. So Litecoin is a soft fork of Bitcoin, so it means that they liked many things of Bitcoin, but they wanted to change one or two things. So not on the protocol level, but on the software level. So for example, Litecoin is 4 times the supply of Bitcoin, so 84 million Litecoin tokens will be available. Yeah, that's why it's been referred to as Bitcoin Silver previously. And then you've got a hard fork then, which is basically where for Bitcoin Cash, for example, they didn't agree with Bitcoin when we were in the blockchain, the block wars in 2017. There's a book on that. So what Bitcoin Cash decided to do, they didn't like that Bitcoin was 1 megabyte block size. They decided to turn it into 8 megabyte block size, which is a protocol level change, not a software change, to simplify it. So they decided to do a hard fork. They took a lot from Bitcoin, but they changed something on the protocol level, which is 8 megabytes instead of 1 megabyte. And then if you see, then we got Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, Bitcoin SV. So again, Bitcoin Cash happened, and then that split off again because Bitcoin SV didn't agree with Bitcoin Cash. They wanted to make the block size even bigger. They wanted the block to keep increasing over time. So you'll see now all these things, I guess, are not really good for the network effect overall. But one pro is that Bitcoin, after all these things, has still survived as the dominant blockchain out there. So just remember that if you look at the traffic that's going on Bitcoin Cash or etc., it's nowhere near what's on Bitcoin. So obviously the Bitcoin protocol is winning the day. Let's get on to the next slide. So where we talk about consensus, basically we've got something called the Byzantine generals problem. So basically, if you imagine 4 generals here, they're looking to attack the castle. They don't like each other, but they know that unless all 4 of them attack the castle simultaneously at the same time, the attack will fail. So how do they know, for example, this guy here, he looks a bit suspicious right at the bottom. How do they know here that they're all going to attack at the same time and they don't trust each other? Well, this is where consensus comes in. Like I'm saying, proof of work, proof of stake. We're using consensus to come to a finality in the block. So, for example, if this guy was a traitor and these 3 attack, they could all get killed, and he could do that deliberately. So, what the blockchain does by using consensus, i.e., proof of work with Bitcoin, it stops a double spend issue. So, for example, if I had $1 and I gave John $1, but I also gave that same dollar to Tim, that's a double spend problem. So what the Byzantine general does is solves that problem. So every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network is getting validated, and then we're on to a brand new transaction. So when one computer wins the block and it gains a reward, it then resets every 10 minutes. If where was I? Yeah, so every 10 minutes it resets, and we're on to the next block. And then all the computers update their ledgers, throw all the crap away, and we're on to a brand new block then for another 10 minutes for the next computer to win the next set of bitcoins, basically, which are coming out every 10 minutes. But there might be traitors, as I've said. All loyal generals should reach consensus. So once they reach consensus, the ledger resets, and we now begin a brand new 10 minutes. So here, again, I just to show you all different types of ways we can reach consensus. So obviously we've got proof of work, which is Bitcoin, proof of stake, which is Ethereum, and then you've got delegated proof of stake. There's loads of them. You've got leader-based consensus, so Paxos is using that. You've got round robin, federal consensus, proprietary distributed ledger, PBFW and derivatives, end-to-end. So there's so many. You got lots of different ways of doing it. But what you got to remember, every time they're doing it, they're giving up one level of security. There's always a trade-off to use one of these different consensuses. But over time, though, Bitcoin is proving, like I'm saying, to be the most successful as money. It dominates the market. Obviously, Ethereum's moving in as kind of like the digital oil, like I said. There's a few competitors to Ethereum, but at the moment, the developers seem to be going into Ethereum. But like, there's all different ways of doing it. But Bitcoin is the most secure computer network in the world, as we've discussed in other videos. I'll discuss in other videos how Bitcoin could be hacked or couldn't be hacked. We'll go through that with a 51% attack, etc. And I'll cover that in another video, but I hope this helps. So to summarize on the lesson, blockchain is just basically a distributed database that records all transactions that occur across a network. It is a ledger that can track value across a ledger. Blockchain disrupts the middleman. So think about it. If you've got consensus in the middle and you don't need someone else to validate that, to say that happened because all the computers are agreeing it, i.e. on the Bitcoin blockchain, it eliminates the need for the middleman. So that is disruptive technology. A copy of a blockchain is held by every single validator, known as a node, which enables distributed trust, frictionless, e.g. Swift. Little spelling mistake there, sorry guys. So in a nutshell, if I had to explain what the Byzantine general is, what is it in one simple sentence? What is a distributed ledger? All the things we discussed here, I wrote down here. I would personally say myself that it's a distributed cryptographic database that's validated by Byzantine fault in a Byzantine fault tolerant way. So that's how I would explain it. And obviously as well. So last thing I'll say, proof of work, like I said, is mining. Proof of stake is where you're putting basically your money up to validate that network. So you're staking your coins in the network, which you can do on many of the many of the crypto tokens. Proof of storage is obviously, like I said, where you're giving up space. I don't like to call a lot of these coins cryptocurrencies. I prefer crypto assets because I guess if they were currencies, they'd be stable. Well, they're not. Look at the markets now. A lot of them aren't stable. So more of them are like utility tokens, not currencies, used to secure a blockchain, basically. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 7, which will conclude module 1. And yeah, thank you very much.